Hey everyone, it's Alice here from Top Mark Science, and today we're going to be looking at pregnancy and birth. Throughout this video, we will be exploring the key stages of fetal development, how structures of pregnancy play a role in fetal development, and the different stages of birth. Let's get started. It is worth mentioning that throughout this video, I will use the terms male and female. By this, I mean those who are born biologically female, so have two X chromosomes, and those who are born biologically male with XY chromosomes, and does not reflect the gender identity of a person. To quickly recap on our previous videos, eggs are produced in the ovaries. Two of them are called ova, and sperm are produced in the testes. Egg and sperm cells are known as gametes, the human sex cells. Produced in two different places, so how do they actually meet? During sexual reproduction, the penis is inserted into the vagina. The sperm, then produced in the testes, mix with seminal fluid to produce semen during ejaculation, allowing the sperm to enter the female reproductive system, and it can then move up through the cervix. And the sperm will then swim towards the egg, which will be moved along the oviduct by cilia. Millions of sperm are released during ejaculation, and many die along the way, resulting in a single successful sperm cell, which burrows into the egg cell and their nuclei fuse. This is fertilization, and we now have a fertilized egg, a zygote. Very early on, cell division occurs, resulting in an embryo, which are the early stages of development. The embryo embeds itself into the soft lining of the uterus, and this is a process called implantation, the first official stage of pregnancy. This ball of cells later develops into a fetus, an unborn baby, and this process from start to finish is on average 40 weeks, otherwise known as the gestation period, and it varies greatly between individuals and other animals. Elephants can be nearly 2 years, and rabbits only 35 days. Anyway, back to humans. Gestation is a period where the fetus relies on the mother for everything, literally everything. Protection from the outside world, full of temperature changes, knocks and bumps. Oxygen for respiration, which provides energy to grow. Nutrients, also for energy and growth. And the removal of any waste that can be toxic if it builds up. These demands can be met through the structural adaptations of the female reproductive system. For example, protection is met by a liquid that surrounds the fetus called amniotic fluid. By the way, it isn't actually blue. The remaining three are provided by an organ that grows into the wall of the uterus, connected to the fetus by an umbilical cord, the placenta. The blood of the mother never actually mixes with the blood of the fetus. The mother's blood, in their blood vessels, is connected to the umbilical cord through intervillous space, which also contains blood vessels, connected to the vessels in the umbilical cord. So those vital nutrients and oxygen can diffuse from the mother's blood to the blood of the fetus, and waste diffuses out. No blood is mixed at all. Pause the video here and label the structures A to D on the diagram. If you finish, try the challenge. Let's go through some answers then. Marking pens at the ready. A is the placenta, identified as a sac connected to B, the umbilical cord. C is the amniotic fluid, and D is the cervix and or the vagina. It does not matter in this diagram at this point. Amniotic fluid protects the fetus from bumps and changes in temperature. The placenta provides oxygen and nutrients and removing waste substances. The umbilical cord joins the fetus to the mother so it can receive nutrients and remove waste. It contains its own blood vessels. The cervix or the vagina. The cervix is a ring of muscle at the lower end of the uterus. It keeps the baby in place during pregnancy. And the vagina is a muscular tube that leads from the cervix to the outside of the body. If you did the challenge, excellent work. If not, feel free to make some notes. Lifestyle factors may need to be adapted throughout pregnancy. The mother and fetus are very much connected, and so it is important to ensure the best possible health for the best possible developments. Some negative factors may include smoking, alcohol, and recreational drugs. These substances can diffuse from the mother's blood to the fetus's blood and can result in growth impairments, stillbirths, premature births, and long-term health conditions. Now, when the fetus is ready to be born, the amniotic sac breaks and the fluid exits out the vagina. Now, you may have heard of this as the waters breaking. This triggers the muscles in the wall of the uterus to contract. This is the start of labour, and the cervix relaxes, which causes dilation of the cervix, creating more space for the fetus to move through as it is pushed out. Once born, the baby will have functioning lungs and so can now take in its own oxygen and exhale its own carbon dioxide. So the umbilical cord is clamped and cut. This will eventually dry off and drop off, leaving your belly button. A little after birth, the placenta detaches from the uterus and is also passed out the vagina in the afterbirth. Congratulations, a baby has been born. A quick note to say that not all births happen naturally through the birth canal. For a variety of medical reasons, a baby may need to be born through a C-section, which involves a sterile incision in the abdomen into the uterus to remove the baby from there to ensure the safety of both mother and baby. Pause the video here and have a go at the task on the screen. You have two options. The first option is to list the words in order they should go, or if you would prefer for revision purposes, you can copy the sentences and fill in the gaps as you go. If you finish, try the challenge. Let's go through the answers. Get ready to mark your work. The answers are now on the screen. When the baby is ready to be born, muscles in the uterus start to contract. This is the start of labour. The wall of the uterus is pulled upwards and causes the cervix to open. The contractions start gently but become more powerful, and eventually the amniotic sac breaks and the fluid passes out of the vagina. The baby is pushed through head first, then the umbilical cord is clamped and cut. Within half an hour after the birth, the placenta breaks away from the uterus. This is called the afterbirth and marks the end of labour. If you had a go at the challenge, these words will go zygote first. This is the fertilised egg which divides into an embryo. This is very early development, which grows into a fetus. This is essentially an unborn baby. Then you have a baby, which is the offspring no longer inside the uterus and has been born. End of video quiz time. Question 1. A zygote is formed as the result of a something egg. Fertilised. Well done. Question 2. What is the term given when the fertilised egg embeds itself into the uterus wall? Implantation. Question 3. The average time of human pregnancy is 40 weeks. This is also called gestation. Good work. Question 4. What has happened when the water breaks during labour? The amniotic sac breaks and amniotic fluid passes out of the vagina. And finally, question 5. Put these phrases into order of birth. Contractions start, amniotic sac breaks, baby is pushed through the vagina, umbilical cord is cut, and then the placenta detaches. Pause the video here to rate your progress after this video. Use the traffic light system to identify areas of your strengths and developments for further practice and revision. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it and would like to see more from Top Mark Science, you can like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you next time.